It's 12 noon on this Thursday afternoon, August 27th, 2020. It's time now for the Peter Channel Noon of the Board on this Thursday afternoon, August 27th, 2020. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Peter J. Wiggins. The time is 12 noon and 64 degrees in Norton, Massachusetts. Top stories on the Peter Channel Noon of the Board on this Thursday afternoon is Hurricane Laura ravages Louisiana coastline with wind speeds not seen in more than a century. Kenosha police chief says deadly shooting wouldn't have happened if people went out after curfew. RNC 2020, why so few GOP senators and competitive races vote. Tornadoes, tropical force winds expected as Hurricane Laura moves after landfall. John Bolton on RNC from the White House says a destruction of standards. 17-year-old Kenosha, Wisconsin suspect arrested in fatal shooting of two at protests. Trump says election workers, not USPS, could lead to 2020 miscount. Immigrants in Trump-led ceremony didn't know they would appear at RNC. DHS sends out check memo days after Secretary appears in RNC-related ceremony. China fires missiles in the South China Sea, sending U.S. a message. Kremlin launches a probe into the alleged Kremlin poisoning of Alexei Navalny. European Union two-sold help Belarus, Lithuania says. New Zealand's Christchurch mosque shooter sentenced to life without parole. Walmart is teaming up with Microsoft on TikTok bid. Weekly jobless claims totaled 1 million last week, not in line with expectations. Take a look at stocks today at 196.04 at 2527.96. SP 5 up 16.53 at 3495.26 at Nasdaq up 29.11 at 11694.91. Inside a dinosaur egg, this baby wasn't what researchers expected. Fossil evidence of hibernation-like state in 250-million-year-old Antarctic animal. Impact of ionizing radiation on superconductive coherence. In Delta 4, heavy launch out. Vaccine frontrunner China already inoculated workers, while Moderna COVID-19 vaccine appears to work well in older adults in an early study. Individuals with obesity and COVID-19 has a global perspective in epidemiology and biochemical relationships and CDC now says people without COVID-19 symptoms do not need testing. Peter Channel News Time is 12:02. A South Korean court dismissed a lawsuit filed against local IT firms responsible for the cybersecurity of military networks during a North Korean hacking incident in 2016. TikTok CEO Kevin Mayer resigned over U.S.-China dispute. Kim Yo-jong and no-show at North Korea political meeting. Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell announced a major change in economic strategy Thursday, which will allow periods of higher inflation to support broad market goals. FDA authorizes rapid low-cost card-based COVID-19 test. U.S. economy fared slightly better than Q2 than first reported. Hurricane Laura brings damage out to Louisiana, 1 dead. After 7 days of fewer than 40,000 new COVID-19 cases nationwide, the number rose higher on Wednesday, and deaths again topped 1,000 new data showed Thursday. State High Court ruled against extended mail-in ballot deadline for September 1st primary. Peter Channel News Time is 12:03. A vigil is planned at 7 p.m. at Brockton City Hall to pay respect and offer support for the family of Army Sergeant Elder Fernandez, a 23-year-old soldier of Brockton High School graduate, was found dead near Fort Hood. Tax-free weekend is back to school shoppers, game consoles and upgraders and home improvement gurus. For the 14th time since 2004, the state will give shoppers banned from Massachusetts retailers. Peter Channel News Time, 12:04. Time now for a sports report. 3 Major League Baseball games, including Dodgers Giants, called off his team protest Jacob Blake shooting. Led by NBA player cuts this poor sports Jacob Blake shooting. NBA season up in the air as Lakers and Clippers reportedly both to quit playoffs, and some NFL teams cancel practices in response to Jacob Blake shooting. The total news time is 12:04. Time now for a Traffic transit check. Baby! Bought the MBTA subway system looking good. Commuter rail and the ferries, they are looking good. Take a look at highways and byways in New England. 130 eastbound side, Little Bit of Newport Bridge. 146 at the northbound side, Little Bit of Salesville Road at North Smith Run Island. And 95 at the southbound side, Little Bit on Positive Street at Norwood. 3 on the southbound side, stop go between Weymouth and Hanover. And 495 at the southbound side, Little Bit between Westford and Littleton. Central and Western Massachusetts. And Mass Park eastbound side, a little bit so around 291 in Springfield. 291 on the southbound side, a little bit so after the Pike in Springfield. And 395 at the northbound side, a little bit so around Route 2 out of Buzzwell, Connecticut, at Merritt Parkway, eastbound side, so between Westport down to Fairfield, and 95 at the northbound side, a little bit so between Separate down to Bridgeport, and up in New Hampshire, the Maine looking good at 89, northbound side, a little bit so on Lebanon, New Hampshire, and 89 and 91 on both ends of background and upstate Vermont around the U.S.-Canadian border. Peter Channel News Time is 12:06. Time now for Peter Channel Weather Report. And it's a little bit sunny out, but we are watching some showers and thunderstorms. And now the showers and thunderstorms stretch the line from western New Hampshire down to southern Vermont and eastern parts of New York State. And Atlanta showers and some thunderstorms stretch on the thruway from Albany down to Syracuse. And they're headed to the southeast. And take a look at the forecast discussion. Scattered showers and thunderstorms will develop today as a warm front moves into the region with the risk of severe storms mainly across southwest New England, and dry and warm weather briefly returns to the areas Friday before. More showers and thunderstorms return Saturday afternoon and night ahead of an approaching cold front, and drier, less humid and cooler weather returns Sunday into early next week with a taste of fall for each of the mild days and cool nights. So far this morning, southern New England has a considerable climate as a response to low mid-level jet exiting the Great Lakes in the search of WAA. The associated charts have been falling in air mass with 2 points in the upper 40s and low 50s, which so far has limited rain reaching the ground and proper cooling and nothing on radar. That increased shower development is occurring upstream along the north of warm front. Current forecast indicates this potential for showers by midday with thunderstorms possible in the western Massachusetts and northern Connecticut. An early morning forecast indicates that so far making an adjusted forecast is update. And scattered severe thunderstorms are possible this afternoon with the greatest risk across Connecticut and adjacent areas in southwestern Massachusetts and southern Rhode Island. And modest moisture transport and decreases stability, and a weakening MCS will result in scattered showers moving across southern New England this morning. These showers moving in air mass of 2 points in the 40s will help to lock in a chilly air mass, especially in northern Massachusetts, where they may be tough to dislodge. A warm front is expected to lift north into the southern New England from the southwest, and the position this front will be critical to the north of the boundary, while the South Cape will increase to 1,000 to 2,000 JKG. This remains stuff uncertain with the northward extent of the boundary. It is looking increasingly likely that the front remains south of the Mass Pike somewhere near the Connecticut, Massachusetts border. It's still possible that it could end up further south across Connecticut. Where the boundary sets up an axis of best instability is important as an environment will be highly sheared. A strong mid-level northwest blow aloft will result in a deep layer shear 50-55 knots with southern New England within the right entrance region of the upper jet instability shear perimeter space supports organized storms to the supercells possible, and temperature winds and very large hail may accommodate any supercells, and a few tornadoes are possible given impressive photographs strong and a strong level shear and closely and warm fronts always concerned in a highly sheared environment and a local heavy rainfall. Also a threat south of the Pike with threats up to 1 3/4 inches of rain, and the best chance for the high-end severe event with the supercells will be south of the PBD line and then particularly across Connecticut. This is where HREF is struggling in access of updraft velocity and high resolution cameras indicate a west-east line of storms in the New York, which is expected to extend east to the southern New England and move across Southwest Massachusetts get a possibility of banana in mid to late afternoon, and however, it's still important to note that main axis severe weather may still shift further south and end up mostly south of the box. CW or better middle level lapse rates are forecast for the permanent EML. We'll have to monitor the instability trends and the location of warm front and elevated instability over the boundary is support a few thunderstorms across northern Massachusetts, but severe thunder is more short due to stable boundary laid with just the risk of mostly sub-severe hail. And temperature forecasts are very tricky and dependent on where the warm front sets up and north of the boundary. It may be rather chilly, with the temperatures likely to remain in the 60s and maybe even falling upper 50s, especially in northern Massachusetts while it's south of the front. Temperatures should reach to the 80s with the best chance across the lower Connecticut Valley in Connecticut. And the latest on LAR. Now, Category 1 storm with 75 mile per hour winds and minimum set pressure 92 millibars, located at 31.9 and up, 93.1 on the west, and movement north at 16 miles an hour. And dangerous storm surge will result in elevated water levels from the next few hours along the Gulf Coast from Sabine past Texas to Port Fourchon, Louisiana, in some areas where surge penetrated far inland. Flooding waters are not fully received for several days, and demonstrated winds will continue at the center of approach of the northern Louisiana and Arkansas. Same this evening in the west, but flash button along small streams urban areas and runways will continue across portions of Louisiana, Mississippi, and Arkansas. Additional rainfall will be late and minor moderate freshwater river flooding and heavy rainfall threatening flash and urban flooding potential with a spread northeastward into the middle Mississippi and low Ohio and Tennessee valleys and mid-Atlantic states on Friday and Saturday. Okay, let's take a look at our forecast. It goes like this. Today, chance showers, thunderstorms possible after 2 p.m. Cloud sky about 69 degrees, southward about 5 miles an hour, chance of 40%. Due rain amounts between the top coordinates, possible extra high amounts possible thunderstorms for tonight. Chance showers and thunderstorms main for 8 p.m. Punch fog up to 2 a.m. west, mostly cloud sky high low about 58 degrees. Calm given chance of 30%. Due rain amounts between the less than the 7 inch possible extra high amounts possible thunderstorms for Friday. Patch fog for 9 and west, mostly set sky at 84 degrees. The calm wind coming westbound 5 to 7 mile an hour in the afternoon. And for Friday night, slight showers between 10 p.m. and midnight, then a chance of showers thunderstorms after midnight. Mostly clouds about 65 degrees on the light of wind, chance of 30%. Due to rain amounts of less than 7 inch possible extra high amounts possible thunderstorms for Saturday. Chance of showers and thunderstorms, then chance supposed to be a thunderstorm after 10 a.m. Patch fog for noon, 180 degrees and light side wind increase at about 10 mile an hour in the morning with good size 20 mile an hour, chance is 8% for Saturday night. Showers and thunderstorms like before 1 a.m. Then a slight chance of showers between 1 and 3 a.m. Some stores produce heavy rainfall. Patch fog for 3 a.m. west. Mostly clouds got about 64 degrees. Southwest about 6 to 8 mile an hour. Gust size 20 mile an hour, chance is 6%. And for Sunday, sun skies about 77 degrees, low 51 degrees, and northwest about 8 to 10 mile an hour, gust size 22 mile an hour. For Monday, sun skies at 75, low 52 degrees, and north about 3 to 5 mile an hour. And for Tuesday, partly sun skies at 75 degrees, and the low 60 degrees, calm and coming. Southward about 6 mile an hour. And in the afternoon, for Wednesday, chance of showers, partly sun skies at 76 degrees, southward about 6 to 10 mile an hour, just with a 50%. And currently not needed 70 degrees and overcast skies. And that's giving it for the Peter Channel. Noon of the world on this August 27th, 2020 on a Wednesday afternoon. I'm P Words will be. Have a good afternoon with a goodbye day. Stay safe, be positive, be healthy, and be well. See you at 5 o'clock for a 5 o'clock report. We have a good afternoon.